Councillor McLean-Ford.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I just have one question. Fire chief mentions road rescue once in the first line of the second paragraph, but then it isn't mentioned again. And I was just curious, either for you or through the staff, if we have fairly detailed information about the rest of what happens over the year, but there's no reports on incidents or resourcing or how much time and energy goes into road rescue.
Okay, good question. He may not know the proper rules on that. I'm not sure if he should be, because the road rescue is a separate entity from the municipality. I'm not sure if that's something that the CEO, is that something you would like to see put in?
No, because it's not a municipal function, so it wouldn't be something that he would report on to council at least.
Okay, Councillor Edwards.
Thank you. I have a question, Mr. Mayor, but since Reg isn't here, I don't know, you may know. Later on in the agenda in information items, there's a mention of a grant that the fire department got for new equipment. I'm just wondering if the equipment purchased on his report was that $40,000 worth of equipment that they were able to purchase this year, which is wonderful.
The CFO, can you help me?
Yeah, there was. So we had two grants for the fire department last year, one for 75,000, which was the wildfire trailer. So a lot of that equipment is for that. And then we had an additional grant for firefighting gear and training. And so like the boots and turnout gear and stuff would be from that grant.
So it's like just under $40,000 for gear and training. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, we said more than that, but
That was the grant though.
yeah, the grant.
Yeah, and they spent more than $40,000.
We also budgeted 20,000 from our reserves for gear as well. Those SCBA units are very expensive.
So they had like $60,000 plus the truck for 75, or the trailer, sorry, for 75,000. Nice. I was just curious.
Yeah, they did. I think they purchased 7 SCPs, the new ones. So actually they're very nice. Yeah, they're good to. So they're very real friendly, perfect. It's good, and they were able to keep the old ones too for backups. And
Great.
there's 14 or 15 of them altogether. Any other questions? All in favor? Carry. I1, fees and charges amendment bylaw number 758, 2026. Recommendation that the fees and charges amending bylaw number 758, 2026 be adopted. A motion. Councillor McLean-Ford, seconded. Councillor Edwards. These all had 3 readings. Any questions on these? Hearing none. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Actually, 1. Communities in Bloom participation. Everybody had a chance to look at that. There's a recommendation from the CAO. The administration be directed to not register Nakusp in the 2026 BC Community in Bloom program. Can I have a motion to bring that forward? Councillor Noisman, seconded. Councillor Hull. Any questions? Councillor Noisman.
Not a question, just I think that it's a fabulous opportunity, and I think that the recommendation from staff is a good one to do a good job of it if we are going to apply. So considering all the requirements of doing a good job, putting it on hold is a good idea, but not permanently.
Thank you. The CAO, I remember we did this quite a few years back, but I'm not sure if it was the village did it or was it non-profit group? I can't remember.
I haven't been able to find any details on what the village did with it in the past, but it was likely a not-for-profit group that did a lot of the work, because that seems to be that's the crux of what's going to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Item K, information items. Recommendations that items K1 to K7 be received for information. Have a motion to bring these information items forward. Councillor Edwards, seconded. Councillor McLean-Ford. Any items that council wishes to bring forward, Councillor Hunt?
Yeah, sorry, I lost my notes here, but I believe it was K5. The early ice for the curling rink. Um, I just kind of want to bring to everyone's attention on this and the hopes of granting this request kind of would be a good one for the community for sure.
Councillor Canoisan? Any items?
No, thank you.
Councillor McLaren-Cole?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Like Councillor Huff, I just was gonna ask about, well, two things. If there's anything planned this year that would further delay the installation of the ice for curling this year in the fall, and then secondly, what kind of loss we're running when we're operating the curling rink, and if according, as per that letter, if the curling club membership is growing as they say it is there potential to recoup a little bit more revenue to offset the cost of running the facility?
So I can answer a couple of those. The reason why we didn't have why it wasn't open on time this year is purely because of the brine headers, which they acknowledged, and it was something that unfortunately we ran into issues. We weren't able to get it going. The year prior to that, it was also quite slow, but we were dealing with a very green crew at that point. We had a lot of people inexperienced at putting in ice, and there was some issues there in that regard. So there was some staff movement and stuff that caused the issues. So we're confident that you know, our goal is to make it for October 16th this year. And we don't have anything planned maintenance wise that should interfere with that. So we're hoping that we can make it. Of course, you know, we always at the mercy of, you know, equipment and stuff to make sure everything's going to work properly, but our intention is for that. You know, as for revenue, I don't know specifically, you know,
Please, what's currently charged?
yeah, it's monthly, but I don't know what our cost is to operate it compared to what we get back out of it. I don't know how that translates out. You know,
Yeah, so with like going up for hydro billing, there is no difference between once the ice plant fires up and once the curling rink goes in. Like once we fire it for hockey, it's just it doesn't cost more to have the curling rink really. It's
Okay.
so one thing I would say is that, you know, rather than increasing fees, you know, which of course that's, you know, council's prerogative to decide whether or not you want to increase fees for use of facility. You know, it's always good to welcome not-for-profit groups to raise money, you know, through different grants and whatnot in order to upgrade the spaces. And we would be more than happy to support them in that, in any projects they want to go. The only caveat I would add to that is being that we are working on the recreation master plan, it probably makes sense to have that done so we have an idea what the priorities are. And but hey, that space could probably use some sprucing up. So if they wanted to apply for money for that, we'd be happy to see that happen.
Just a quick follow-up to that, through the mayor. Thank you for the information. I appreciate that there is no real extra cost. And then I had another item that was kind of two items. There's two NAC4 units there, and I was just curious on process because some of the donation applications that are adjudicated in minutes, some of them give reasoning for why what they're for, and some of them just give the organization. And I was wondering why that is, or if we can get a, you know, what the money's going for.
Thank you, Councilman McLaren-Cole. Now, can I get back to you on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't see I didn't see the differences. Why
Yeah, for sure.
some did.
Yeah, thanks.
Councilor Edwards?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I asked my side of the recommendation already.
K7, anybody had a chance to go online yet? I put my name in. I think it's on February 3rd.
February 3rd. Yeah, I started to do it.
And the curling club, yeah, so actually I joined for the first time in a long, I can't remember, 40 years ago, maybe. And yeah, they're looking at expanding. The biggest issue there is disability. There's no way to get anybody down there with a wheelchair or anything like that. So they were looking at other because right now, when you go downstairs, there's a one level, then you gotta step up again.
Mhm.
So anybody in a wheelchair or anything, it's very complicated down there. So, you know, that, actually, we brought this up at the accessibility committee for ideas and recommendations. So anyway, it's interesting to see where they're gonna go with the funding. Actually, they just did the Legion, they do the meat draw herding club, did a whole, so they're trying to raise money to expand it and improve it. So they'll probably come to council and the staff to tell them what they're going to do in there. So it's good. Yeah, I think I was the first one to ever fall, really. Well, right in the back of my head.
Oh, shit.
But there's nothing there, so it wasn't too great. Anyway, no injuries, no, don't worry, it didn't do anything. Anyway, any other questions on the information items? All in favor? Carried. No items to be, action items. No, this a motion. Questions from the press or public?
Doesn't look like any.
There are none. Items brought forward from notice in camera, notice items brought forward from in camera, nothing. And mission to adjourn, which council meeting to be adjourned. Can I get a recommendation at
Move to
6:43
adjourn.
PM? Councilor Edwards.
Wow.
And that's it. Thank you.